She's so much less attractive than Cheyenne was. Bruh. Oh, no. The fat on her arms, neck.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You gonna give me a hug or what? Oh, no, that's lame.
That's the traditional way.
Yeah, that's lame.
No, it's not. It's
Very
respectful.
Oh, dude, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. A 3 is trying to tell a multimillionaire, kiss my hand. I'm a boss queen. Oh my gosh, bro. What is this shit? What am I looking at? Dude, no women act like this in the real world. It doesn't happen. Could you imagine if you go on a date and then she doesn't get up to greet you and she's just like, kiss my hand? What is going on right now? Myron's just like, oh my gosh, is this really gonna be the way it starts? Bro, this is making Cheyenne look like a 1950s housewife. Okay guys, this is gonna be a very fun video. I'm already extremely excited to record this. I just had a bunch of coffee too, so this might be a little bit extra as fuck, but I'm of course referring to the Myron Gaines interview that he did on Standout TV. It looks like the girl's different. I have no idea why. I haven't watched this since the last time Myron went on. It's a long video, so I'm probably gonna end up breaking this analysis into multiple videos. I'm very excited to get into this. It seems like, so I don't know where Cheyenne went. That boss queen, maybe she finally found her partner. Maybe she finally, in her late 30s, said, you know what? I'm gonna stop being a degenerate radical feminist. I'm going to make my husband a sandwich. I'm gonna marry a millionaire. Isn't it crazy? I said this when I think either it was Fresh or Myron that went on and had the conversation with Cheyenne. I pointed out how at this point she's been on dates with over 50 millionaires and she still hasn't found a partner that measures up to her standards as a boss queen in her late 30s. But let's be honest, more than likely she just you know, she moved in with her new partner, and by new partner I mean Kat. And she's still blaming men that are at the pinnacle of success and competence and have beautiful young women flocking to them, adoring them. She's blaming those men for her life. We all know that that's the case. What you see repeatedly manifested in these videos is that the resentment women have for men that are able to get what they want is the same resentment they have for objective reality, for existing and holding them accountable through objective reality's existence. Objective parameters and emergent principles of reality itself, such as reason and rationality, are enraging to those that deny reality. By the way, whenever I say emergent principles of reality, I'm talking about objective parameters that have been discovered. You can take your pick, whether that be physics with Isaac Newton in the 1600s or Socrates 2,000 years ago discovering reason and rationality. It can be science 400 or 500 years ago. It can be Einstein understanding relativity. Emergent principles of reality are by default objective. That's the reason why they're comprehensible. And men, on some level, have to interface with this comprehensible aspect to reality in order to become successes, in order to make money, in order to become more intelligent and more important. On some level, they have to engage with this. And so this means that inevitably men are embodying reality, and to degenerate, triggered women who have made it their life mission to adhere to the leftist ideology, which fundamentally denies reality, they find these men enraging.
Do you like women that you can manipulate into thinking that they're smaller or less worthy than you?
You're manipulating this conversation right now from the argument.
I'm not manipulating the conversation. I'm just saying from a viewpoint.
We're just gonna get right into it. This is obviously the start. This video is gonna be split into maybe I'll do 3 parts. The first 20 minutes, I might make this video the first 20-25 minutes.
It seems like you like women that you can manipulate into thinking that you're the best thing that they've ever had in order for them to feel like that it's okay that
right from the start you see the resentment coming out. You like to manipulate women into thinking that you're the best thing because when they realize that it's great to be with a tall multi-millionaire who embodies reality, they think that's a good thing. They're clearly being oppressed. She's old, she's overweight, she's unattractive. She's even less attractive than Cheyenne was. Her body's fat. And even on the level of being out of shape is a form of denying reality. It's a form of, this is the reason why you see extreme liberal feminists shave their heads and dye their hair. They're trying to rebel against objective reality. No, I won't let a man find me attractive. That would be enabling to the patriarchy, holy shit. Don't worry, no one's gonna hit on you. They can smell you from a mile away. But you already see 15 seconds in the resentment she has for women that find tall multimillionaires attractive. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video. They're angry at objective reality.
It's on me because I've got a prize. Absolutely not.
That's a fact. Though.
No, it's not a fact.
It is a fact.
It's not a fact.
It's
That's just your-
a statistical fact.
Dude, this format never gets old of men embodying reality and saying truth and women getting triggered. It's never going to get old so long as women decide to be enemies with truth. It's beautiful because at the end of the day, it's not just two people disagreeing. One side walks away losing, the other side walks away winning. She gets older, she gets less attractive, she says more illogical things. Myron gets more adored by young, hot women, gets richer. You see what I'm saying? This is completely asymmetric. So this is a game women are playing to spite themselves.
Myron Gaines, one half of the Fresh Fit podcast. We are here to do an episode of grilling. Like seeing women? Always, man. I'm always womanizing, always sourcing. The more you deal with females, the more you just realize, like, man, they're really not that special.
You can tell that they select these clips, this B-roll, and put it in because they think that it'll make Myron look bad. We know that grilling is very liberal. Their editing is terrible. They're completely woke mind virus. And we know this from the last Fresh and Fit episode that they put out. The editing was insane and they still look bad.
Man, I am the grill. I be cooking these. When you've interviewed almost 3,000 girls, you know what they're gonna say. So it's like black belt and this stuff. So that'll be good. It makes it more exciting when you don't know.
And last one, are you ready, Myron?
Always am.
Made to work, just
Oh
like
my
your small
God.
business.
So many ads. What is this? Double ads 1 minute in? Dude, these hoes really need to buy their cat food. Anyway, I'm gonna back that up real quick. You can tell that, again, they selected this because they want women to think, oh my gosh, he's so arrogant. He's just such a patriarchal, what's the word? I'm forgetting. Oh, fuck, what's the word? Racist.
Oh, that'll be good. It makes it more exciting when you don't know.
It doesn't have to make sense to them. They're not interested in sense making. It's oppression. Objective truth is oppression. Remember what I said. Oh, she's so less attractive. She's so much less attractive than Cheyenne was. Bruh. Oh, no. The fat on her arms, neck.
Nice to meet you.
torso.
Nice to meet you.
You gonna give me a hug or what? Oh, no, that's lame.
That's the traditional way.
Yeah, that's lame.
No, it's not. It's
Very
respectful.
Oh, dude, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. A 3 is trying to tell a multimillionaire, kiss my hand. I'm a boss queen. Oh my gosh, bro. What is this shit? What am I looking at? Dude, no women act like this in the real world. It doesn't happen. Could you imagine if you go on a date and then she doesn't get up to greet you and she's just like, kiss my hand? What is going on right now? Myron's just like, oh my gosh, is this really gonna be the way it starts? Bro, this is making Cheyenne look like a 1950s housewife.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you can just sit down then.
Well, you can stand up.
Or you could just sit down.
I'm gonna walk out then.
Air hugs.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
So Myron trying to make it very clear you're not going to control the frame of this. It's so funny again to see this sub 5 try to control a multimillionaire. Do you understand he could replace you like this with a girl that is an 8 or a 9? They are disconnected from reality. I deserve the moon and the stars, and I literally deserve a 7-foot billionaire, and I'm a 3, but I don't go to the gym, so I'm really a 2.
Good, very good. She didn't want to stand up. Typical feminist. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You got to play the game, guys. This is how women are nowadays. You know, they want to sit there and think, oh no, I'm not going to stand up. And
Really, her brain was completely blank. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to be completely honest and tell you how it is. Her brain was blank, and all that she was functioning on, the programming that she was functioning on was, I have to do the opposite of what he wants me to do because masculinity is trying to control me, and objective representations of reality are oppressive. So anything, he could have done the exact opposite. He could have said, stay sitting, and she would have stood up. The only program that's going on in her brain is do the opposite of what he says because he's more impressive, because he's embodiment of reality, because I know that I have to be delusional. That's the way she's operating. It's also funny. This came up in the Cheyenne interview that they did with Myron before. It was not even a date. Like, this is not a dating show. This is a woman delusion show.
Like living in Miami.
it's good. Lots of hoes.
Women.
Some, but most are hoes.
We're about
Just
5
obliterated. It's so funny.
seconds in and he's already saying the word hose. Okay, and do you indulge with them a lot, or?
Yeah, she's trying to grow me, but you know, I'm a professional in this black belt with dealing with womanese, so easy mode. I mean, we have them on the show all the time. We have regular girls as well. So.
Oh, what do you do? Sorry.
Oh, we have a podcast ourselves where we It's a male
Is that what's
self-improvement
on your
podcast.
t-shirt?
Oh yeah, male self-improvement podcast. Yeah, fresh and fit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have women on there.
Yes, it's a component of what we do. We also do Money Mondays, teach guys how to make money.
You can tell that she's trying to get him to say something embarrassing, trying to get something that she can say you're an oppressor with, because that's how the Marxist dichotomy operates. But instead, because he's competent, because he is actually a high-value guy, he's responding with all the ways that he's impressive. And this is, by the way, this is the reason why women have to involuntarily respect competence. And it's also baked into their attraction mechanisms, because women outsource their attraction mechanisms to the male competence hierarchies. That's evolutionary biology, by the way, not my opinion. So an easy way to immediately own a woman if she's trying to diminish you or demean you or make fun of you while she's being a fat 3 is just talk about what you're competent at, or of course just walk away. In reality, this would never happen, because Myron would never go on a date with any woman that is a 6 or below.
Then Wednesdays, how to date properly and get your stuff together. And then Fridays, we do call-in shows or bring in special guests or whatever it may be. But,
So do you think you're quite knowledgeable in the dating field?
To a degree.
Dude, she's talking to the pinnacle basically right now. And what you're going to see demonstrated here is that women have no counterpart to this. Their counterpart to competence is saying the opposite of what's true. I'm being completely serious. They have no counterpart in this. They have no female version of a woman speaking the truth, because if they did, it would just be saying she would just be saying exactly the same things as what Myron says. She would understand intersexual dynamics from a psychological perspective, and she would understand evolutionary biology.
Do you think you have a great understanding of how women work?
Yes. Yes, unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a great thing if you understand the woman?
Well, the thing
It puts you at an advantage because it shows you, well, it's literally the red pill. It's understanding reality for what it is rather than what people tell you it is. And that is by default a good thing. We have to operate in reality.
is you can either understand women or respect them, but you can't do both at the same time.
What is he talking about? I don't think that's a true statement. I think with understanding women, you'd learn to respect them more for the things that she could provide that you could never do.
If you understand women, there's no way you can respect them as equals. That's my
Why?
premise on it.
Why can't you respect them as an equal?
Because we're way different.
Yeah, but you can still respect the fact that you're different and respect what they're capable of that you're not.
Men and women aren't equal. It's just funny how women want you to treat them as equals, but everything that they're actually attracted to and aroused by, most importantly, is not equal.
What Myron's referring to there is a very simple fact, founding premise of intersexual dynamics, which is hypergamy. Women date up and across socioeconomic hierarchies, meaning that they're not looking for an equal when they date. And this is absolutely a good thing, but to deny it is to deny truth.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
For example, perfect example. I came down here. I said, oh, give me a hug. What'd you say? Oh, well, it's traditional, kiss my hand.
Yes. That did not sound English.
That right there in itself signifies the difference between men and women.
Yeah.
You displayed it yourself a second ago.
Also, that's fine. Doesn't mean you can't respect that.
So
Why can't you respect me being a fat boss queen? I mean, in shape boss queen. I'm a 3, I mean a 7.5 with makeup.
traditionalism, and this is what a lot of girls do, they'll want traditionalism when it benefits them, but they'll want to expect to be treated as equal later on.
Yeah, exactly. She already manifested that.
They want to be traditional in the sense that they provide and stuff, but then they want to be treated equal when they can't bother to show up as a man anymore.
Well, here's the thing. I disagree with that. I think men need to, be protectors and providers. So I don't think women should work. I think the man needs to be the sole breadwinner, and I think women should work electively. With responsibility comes authority, right? So if you're going to go ahead and be responsible and pay the bills and everything else, like, you should have the authority to tell your girl what it is.
So do you think men are higher value than a woman in a relationship?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm in my late 30s.
Every time I come on the show, it's just another girl spouting the same bullshit about.
The reason why it's the same is because an ideology says replace your ability to think logically, especially the Marxist ideology. The ideology of the left says you must replace your individual identity and you're a good person if you repeat the certain line. This is the reason why if you line up 100 women from a gender studies class, they will all have the exact same answer on a set of questions. Whereas if they were individuals, they would not have the cookie cutter exact same answer. People who think for themselves, who use logic and rationality as individuals, fundamentally don't operate this way.
Treat me like a lady, but at the same time I'm equal to you. It's like, what the fuck? It doesn't make sense. If you want to be treated like a lady, that inherently means we're not equal. Because it's way harder to find a guy that has his shit together than an attractive woman.
It's not necessarily an attractive woman, because if
That's
all
what we care
you're
about.
looking for is an attractive
That's what
woman,
we care about.
so you don't care.
Again, she's trying to debate exactly what happened before. She's trying to debate what men should find attractive. It's the most pathetic thing. I can't imagine if a man were to sit with a woman and say, why do you have to find, I have no idea, tall men or successful men attractive? That would sound ludicrous and insane, because it is. But women feel comfortable sitting here and saying, why do you have to find attractive women attractive? Why aren't my curves attractive? I do want to say Myron is performing better than he did in the last podcast already. It's because at this point he knows he's so much above this, because the last appearance he did on grilling made him look so good. He's really coming in from a place of, I'm just here to educate people.
What values, traditions, what respect levels?
Well, yeah, obviously she
think?
can't be a whore either. It's not that hard to be pretty and keep your legs closed. It's not
But
hard.
it's not, is that all you care about though?
Yeah.
This guy is unbelievable.
That's what all men care about. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. He doesn't want me to slut myself around. That's like literally oppression.
So you wouldn't want a woman that looks after you, looks after your mental health, looks after your
Of
brain,
course, that comes
encourages you.
with it.
That comes with being a feminine, good woman. And women are rediscovering this. From my generation, they're realizing when they get into a relationship, they de facto reset to the factory settings of they want to provide meals, they want to take care of you, they want to do all the right things because it's in our DNA.
Not necessarily. I know a million beautiful women that haven't got the power in their brain or the sense
I know a million beautiful women that wouldn't take care of their man if he got sick.
to be accommodating in that sort of anyway.
Well, typically, when girls aren't, right, that means they come from a strong family structure.
Yeah.
They understand these things. They have a strong male figure in their family to some degree that they respect.
But then you
There are a lot of invisible tactics Myron is using here that I just want to point out. He's constantly using terms that reference objective standards men have for women. He's using them in almost every single sentence. This is a reminder to the agent of chaos, to the person who denies reality, to the person who lies in every single sentence they construct, that they are held to the standard of objective reality regardless of what they think or feel. It's a really, really smart tactic.
You are expecting more than just looks then, aren't you?
Well, it's the main thing to get her foot in the door. It's the most important thing. Because there's no conversation if she's not attractive first.
Okay, so what's your type?
Not fat,
Okay.
not a hoe,
What would you classify as fat?
polite.
I knew that was coming.
It's just crazy to me how, like, there's so many girls that are, like, you know, big as hell. Like, I weigh about 195 to 200 pounds. There's girls that weigh as much as me, and I'm 6'3". So it's like, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. You know, they'll be 100 kilos and expect you
so
to...
you want to feel bigger than the woman?
It's not about me feeling bigger.
You want to feel. See, there's no reference to objective reality. You want to feel bigger. No, he wants to be bigger in reality. Feelings have nothing to do with it because men care about objective reality. What does feelings have to do with a measurement? Get on the scale. Well, I feel like it says 159 pounds, but I'm really 600. I mean, I'm bedridden.
I don't want a fat girl. It's unacceptable. Just like women don't want a man shorter than them, I don't want a girl big as hell. Facts.
Do you not think that's quite like offensive to women?
You can't make this up. It's offensive. Your masculine standards are offensive. They're patriarchal. Oh my gosh, you want a hot woman? Offensive oppression.
In what way?
They literally call masculine standards offensive. Think if men were to be like, yeah, that's offensive. You want a guy that's tall? Oh my gosh, oppression, what the fuck? Could you imagine? These people, of course, their brains are broken. I shouldn't get too excited. I already said at the start of this video, we should be expecting complete and utter delusion.
Calling them fat as hell.
Yeah, because they're in direct control of every morsel of food that goes in their mouth. That's even worse. Just like a dude is in
Right.
control of how much money he earns, woman's in control of how much food she consumes.
That's a really good point.
Men are in control of how much food they consume, so men can also get
Well,
overweight.
yeah, it's unacceptable to be fat as a man as well, but it's even worse when you're a female, because at least as a man,
Dude, he's going so much harder than he did in the last podcast.
you can make up for your lack of aesthetics. Men have to provide value and utility in way more than one way. Women, you guys have one job. Make sandwiches, what more? 2 jobs. Make sandwiches, be hot, 3 jobs. And don't be a whore. Not hard.
That is ridiculous.
Oh, he's doing this so well. He's trolling her so well.
So all you
Oh,
require from
amazing.
a woman, and you think all we're capable of as women, is making sandwiches, looking good, and what was the third thing? Not being
Not being a whore.
No, it's not that we think that's all you're capable of. We know you're capable of raising criminals and executing babies because that's what you do en masse when you don't have a masculine role model in your life. And we know this from the scientific data that shows single mothers raise the highest number of delinquents and criminals and underperformers academically and underachievers. So we know you're capable of way more than making sandwiches. It's just that we want civilization to propagate and not collapse.
Not being a whore.
Well, I didn't say that's all they're capable of. What I'm saying is that these are things that men tend to value. Women tend to think that we care about like their opinions and all this other stuff. We don't care about none of that. Men actually don't want a lot, guys. We're very simple.
Women's opinions, of course, are valid. This guy has got everything seriously.
But My opinions are totally valid. I think that I should be able to tell men what they find attractive, and I'm 39.
You're twisted. But you will eventually, won't you? So if you were with a woman and you were settling with a woman and you were growing as a business or something, your
She's
woman
literally trying to debate with him what he finds attractive. Think about how crazy that is.
is naturally going to be right by your side, isn't she? So you are going to value her opinion.
And of course, the irony of it is that he can get what he wants because he's a high-value guy. Women want him. He has the leverage. And this unattractive woman is trying to debate with him, saying, you shouldn't have these standards. It's beyond ludicrous what's happening right now. And it's crazy how people don't realize this is Twilight Zone stuff.
You are going to respect.
No, because the reality is when a woman's with a man that she loves, admires, and respects, her opinions pretty much become your opinions. Girls absorb the strongest man in that they're in a relationship with or that they're linked to. So for example, if a girl has a strong father, a lot of the time she has a...
It's so incredible to see this. This has never happened in the history of humanity. Men that are hyper competent, speaking direct facts for the purpose of entertainment en masse to women that are utterly delusional and mentally broken and hate reality. This dichotomy has never existed before in human history.
a very similar worldview to her father.
It's literally entertainment at this point for people to go watch a extremely competent man just say true things about reality to women that can't handle the truth. Think about that.
She has strong brothers, she has similar worldview. If she doesn't have any male worldview to her father,
yeah.
if she has strong brothers, she has similar worldview. If she doesn't have any male, influence, she'll think dumb shit like her mom tells her, oh, man ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. So I can always tell from speaking with a woman if she has a father or some kind of strong masculine figure in her life. That's why we don't
You
care
can see her adjusting her hair, trying to appear more attractive. He can already see the fat on your arms. It's not worth it.
about y'all opinions, because we know it can be morphed by your whatever
But
you're
some
influenced by.
women do have a great mind, and they do have helpful opinions, and they do have a different opinion that maybe, well, actually, I wouldn't have thought about it like that because I'm in such a masculine state.
Whenever men pretend to really value a woman's opinion as a breakthrough, they are either extremely unintelligent or they're just trying to make the woman feel good. I'm being honest. You haven't thought of anything we haven't thought of. If you're dating us, it means that you have already selected us for being above you socioeconomically, which means that we're probably smarter. So you're not really going to have any novel ideas that make us go, wow, oh my gosh, I should write that down. Holy shit.
Sometimes you forget the femininity is actually really important too when it comes to certain things.
Her opinion matters, but she has to earn that, right? So like a lot of girls think that we care about their opinion early on in the relationship or whatever.
That.
We really don't care, because a man's life is way harder than a woman's life. So whatever opinion you have, it's kind of null and void.
I don't necessarily think a man's life is harder than a
You
woman's.
can tell that she completely agrees with what he just said, by the way, but she knows that her programming has to challenge him. This is not a real dating show. I have to disagree with everything he says. This is for feminist propaganda. We've been losing for 13 seasons in a row, but we're still going at it because we can't admit defeat. That would be acknowledging an objective reality that judges us.
Life. I think men have a hard life. Women have
Yeah, she's literally sitting there with her nails done. Women have a harder life than men.
a hard life, but we have different struggles.
Yeah, these feminists are stupid as fuck.
If he spent even a day in a woman's shoes, he would know that that is a lie. I think the only thing that's different with men and women is women have a great support system. So any of our struggles are like shared, they're halved, whereas a man is literally on your own. You don't really have that friendship group that you could go in.
No, we're not on our own. We have friends. We have people that we can look up to. We have role models. As a matter of fact, women are not good at solving problems. They pervert problems, they let them fester. And the only real way a woman can overcome a problem is through a man solving it for her, telling her not to worry. That doesn't matter. Don't worry, honey. Forget about it. Doesn't matter. No, it matters. It matters. No, doesn't matter. Move on. Nope, doesn't matter. That's how women move on from problems.
Release your emotions too. No. But that doesn't mean that anyone's life's harder. It just means we both have equally hard.
It's crazy to hear a human say the words "no one's life is harder," because that's essentially saying gravity doesn't exist or 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4. There are literally people who walk 6 miles in the morning to get water. That exists right now. So she is so clearly incorrect on every level. You could analyze people's lives, and people would clearly have lives that are either harder or less hard than each other. The problem she has is, again, acknowledging objective frameworks. What I said at the beginning of the video is coming true. And it's being confirmed in every single sentence that they say. I want you to understand this. They find objective reality to be offensive, to be oppressive. They are at war with reality.
Our lives, and we
No,
have
we
to
don't. We must become excellent. Like, women have the privilege of being mediocre and still being taken seriously by society, still finding...
And sub-mediocre. She's not even a 5. She's below average. And she's sitting there talking to a multimillionaire, trying to tell him what he should find attractive and debate with him when she hasn't had to have a rational thought and probably hasn't even struggled to have a rational thought in the last year.
Take care of them. Also, on the other hand, if we don't become excellent, our reality reflects that. We get no chicks, no one respects us, no one wants to hang out with us. So as a man, you must go out there and become successful. For women, you don't have to.
You'll never experience childbirth. You'll never experience pregnancy. You'll never experience menstrual cramps.
That's a choice.
Menstrual cramps aren't a choice. They're
Okay,
monthly.
but pregnancy is.
But if you wanted a child, because it's not just a singular choice, is it? It's between two people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted a child, you can't physically have your own child. It'd be on your woman.
This is a perfect example of women always seeing the finish line and not actually seeing the race. What needs to happen for a child to be born?
The obvious.
Sex, right?
Sexual
How does a
intercourse.
man go about getting sex?
I don't know.
He's gonna break this down.
You-
Bro. They literally operate at level 1 analysis. Yeah, well, I think that women have to get pregnant. That's what I think. Oh, interesting. How does that happen? Well, there has to be sex. How does a man acquire sex from a woman? Well, he has to. Oh my gosh, is that a sociological question involving rational standards and objective psychology? Too complicated. Women get pregnant.
You have loads of
Exactly.
hoes, so it's probably really
Exactly.
easy.
Delusional female. What's new? Let's talk about the race. Let's talk about the guy having to build his value up. Let's talk about the guy being useless at 18 years old versus a woman at 18 years old. Everyone's trying to fly her out. If she's hot enough, she has an Instagram profile. She's getting offers from dudes that are, one
And by the
million,
way, men aren't resentful of this. That's fine. I'm very much pro that. I want that to stay the case. I'm perfectly happy to play my character in this video game called life and have to build my character up. I think that's really, really cool. Women are the ones that can't accept that. Women are the ones that think, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm literally a boss queen. I haven't done anything, but my opinion should matter. I'm 39 and overweight.
$1 million net worth, etc. As a man, you have to build yourself up to even be able to get sex. Women are just offered sex.
I don't think
simply
that's
existing.
true, actually, because if you're a good-looking guy, like you said, there's plenty of women around that will happily have sex. If you're a good-looking guy...
We all know that it's not easy for guys to get laid.
He just laughs in her face. It's amazing.
If it was, guys would be watching porn or subscribing to OnlyFans or all this other fuckery that we got going on with sex work.
It's not harder for men to have sex. It might be harder for men to have sex with higher value women. But
You see that? You see the complete female delusion. Every single word, almost every syllable, but not quite every syllable, almost every syllable she says is not just wrong, it is the opposite of truth. High value women don't exist. It is not easy for men to get sex. That's the reason why women give out sex and men give out relationships.
there's women of less value or less attractive than you that would happily sleep with you. So it's not harder.
Wow. This woman looks down on other women, and she's old.
You're just looking in the wrong places.
Wow.
Okay, what does it take to be a good-looking guy?
Well, it depends. Everyone's idea of good looking differs, but most people find a lot of men attractive these days.
Okay.
Like the standards aren't very high.
I'll keep
for a
it simple.
good-looking man.
So for as a guy to be attractive, you have to be tall.
No idea what she's talking about.
Now, as much as you say all you want is someone to look good and make sandwiches, realistically, you're going to get so bored of that if the person you're dating
You
has...
think that we look for entertainment and mental stimulation from women? Bro, we have Jordan Peterson. We have literal geniuses on the internet saying things, and we're gonna be like, "What do you think about this thing, baby? Oh my gosh, yeah, holy shit! I should write down what you just said. That's literally brilliant, Einstein level shit. Oh my gosh." No, you think that's what women? You think that's what men look for in women, bruh? This is 12 minutes in. I will upload another video of this tomorrow. If you guys are watching this, comment down below what your thoughts are so far. I am not going to watch any further into this video so that when I record, it's going to be my pristine, unshaped analysis. Subscribe to the channel. What is clear is that these women, through resentment, are at war with reality and will go to any lengths to demonize, bastardize, pervert, and otherwise slander objective reality.